Well, hi there. Well, I'm preparing to be someplace else today. It's a very important meeting. But before I go, I just would like to encourage you with what I learned from the Lord today in my own quiet time. The reality is that life in itself is difficult. There will always be circumstances that are tough, that are really discouraging and disappointing. And sometimes we feel like there's just nobody there for us. No friends, no family. Sometimes we even feel like God isn't there for us. But today, you know what? I'm encouraged to know from God's word that God has always been there for us. Romans chapter 8, verse 31. It says, "What then shall we say to these things? What shall be our response to the difficulties that we have in life, the trying times, the impossible moments?" Then he says, "If God is for us, who is against us?" Paul has this conviction that in every circumstance in life, God is there. And he's not just there like he's against us or doing things and making things difficult for us. Paul is convinced that God is for us. And because of that, who then can be against us? First, Paul knew how God has given of himself and his one and only precious Son, Jesus Christ, for our greatest need, and that is forgiveness and salvation. And then he says, "Now, if God did not spare his own Son, but delivered him over for us all," then he's got this confidence to say, "How will he not also with him freely give us all things?" If he was not there to withhold his one and only Son for our benefit, how much will he not also be there in all the other concerns of this earthly life? And this confidence then has made Paul to say, you know what? In all these things, one thing he knows, that God's love is always there. Who will then separate us from the love of Christ? Whatever I'm into, whether it's tribulation, whether it's distress, whether it's persecution or famine or nakedness, whatever circumstance I am in, God is there for me. He's going to see me through. He's going to freely give me all things that is needed so I go through all these difficulties. This doesn't mean we won't have any problems. It doesn't mean there will be no situations that are trying and difficult. And yet, one thing Paul says, whatever the circumstances, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. In other words, I got sufficiency. I have no reason to fear. I got no reason to be afraid because I am enabled by the very sufficiency that Christ has. And that is my comfort, and that is a comfort that I pray you be yours, that be yours also. And so I pray God's comfort to you today, whatever your situation is. Come to the Lord and say, "Lord, this is how my life is. But thank you that this doesn't surprise you. Thank you for reminding me today that you are for me and that you're enabling me to go through this. That at the end of this struggle, I can just continue to just celebrate your goodness in my life and see how you will continue to be true and faithful all through the different circumstances in life that I will be having." God bless you today and see you the next time. Bye bye.